Hello and welcome to Katrina's Creations. This is episode 285. I had to look because I can't read my own writing. So we have our regular Saturday podcast today, but we have day number 7 to open of the yarn advent calendar. So let's do that first, and then I'll show you what I have as a finished object and a couple of works in progress. There we go. Now let's unwrap it. I'll unwrap it this way so you guys can see it too. Lots and lots of wrapping on this. There we go. Ooh, pretty. It looks like a candy cane. I wonder if that's what the title is of this. Yep, it's candy cane. Definitely understand why. How pretty. So yeah, real happy with that. So that is day 7. If you only could see the mess that is sitting all down here where my sewing machine is, I've got things piled all over the place. Anyway, let's get started with a finished object. I started with this last week. This is Pound of Love. I forget the color, it's basically brown. This is a C2C that I just did the increases on, and then I did almost like a virus shawl beginning for along the edges here. And I did it in between like each little grouping of 2. So you can see these go this way, these go this way. So it's in between, and I just chain stitched, and then I did double crochets. I would have liked to have done another row, but I was afraid I didn't have enough yarn because I literally had like this much left and I knew that wasn't gonna work. So it does fit around my shoulders. It is, let's see, widthwise, it's probably about 3.5, well, maybe about 4 feet, maybe longer. I'd say about 4 feet. So I can put this on. It's not as big as the virus shawl that I made with half of the skein, but it still works like a shawlette. So it's not a huge shawl, but it stays comfortably over your shoulders, as you can see. So I will be selling that. So that's my other finished object. Well, that's my only finished object this week. Now let's look at some knitting. And I'm right in the middle of a row. I always am right in the middle of a row. I wasn't earlier today, and then I picked it up. So you can see from my little marker where I was last week. It was right here. So I have gone up. I'm in the gray, and I did find this gray upstairs. This was some old knit crate yarn, because if you remember last week I mentioned I was not real happy with the gray that was part of the gradient set because it was just too white and too creamy. It needed something in between the cream to go from, because otherwise you were going from something this dark to a cream, and they had another gray in there that was kind of this kind of a color, but it had a lot of green undertones and it just didn't look right with it. So I did find this upstairs. It is also a worsted weight and it's the same fiber content, so it will work. This particular shawl, that's what it is a shawl. It's called the Boneyard Shawl by Stephen West. It is a free pattern, and this is what the center looks like, and then it goes to the gray, and then it's pink, and then it goes to the lighter gray, and then I have 2 more pink colors. I mean, I think this is going to be a pretty good sized shawl by the time I finish with it, but I do like big shawls. So, yeah, and let's see, here's my ends here. And at the end of each row, and I just pulled stitches out, hang on, small disaster has occurred. I just dropped. The stitch markers just fell off and the yarn overs just undid themselves. So bear with me a minute while I fix these. All right, all better, all fixed. I'll put the stitch markers fell down on the floor, so I'll have to dive underneath the desk and find them later. But yeah, the stitches are all back on the needle where they should be, and yeah, we'll get that straightened out. But the edges, which is what I started to show you when I pulled all the stitches off, also have this edging with a yarn over as well. So there you can see that. So that is the knitted project, and I have this much of the gray left, and I'll show you the next pink that I'm going to is this shade. So it's kind of a pinky purple color. And now let's move on to the crochet, which I have done twice this week. Here's my skein of yarn. This is Mandala, and the color is Elf. And you can see how much is wrapped around here because I literally had finished almost half of the skein, and the project I was working on was too wide and I ripped the whole thing out. And I think I ripped it out twice. So here it is. This is what I am working on, and I'll explain what it is in a minute. This is basket weave. That's what this knit is, or knit. This is what the crochet stitch is basket weave. I really like how the turquoise blends into the blue. Not crazy about the green in there, but oh well. And it is about 15 inches wide. When I first made this, I think I had it 18 inches wide, and I realized when I finished half of the skein, I have one more skein of the mandala in this color. But I realized it was not going to be big enough because this is going to be a pocket shawl. Now some pocket shawls are 12 inches wide. I kind of looked around and I saw one that was 15 inches, and I know if I was wrapping this around me, I would want it to come down my arms a little bit, where the pocket shawl that's only 12 inches would only come down about to here. So I wanted it a little longer. And yeah, so this is just the beginning of it. And I wanted a stitch that was reversible. So, because initially my pocket was going to be created by just folding the end over, you know, like that. But that's going to eat up an awful lot of yarn. Kim pointed that out to me last night. She says, that's going to use an awful lot of yarn. I was like, you're right. She says, I think I'd make smaller pockets, and I think that's a way to go with this. So, yeah, so this is my pocket shawl, and I think I already said it, but this is a K or 10.5, or 6.5 millimeter. So that's what I'm using. I like these crochet hooks. I got them, and there is a link down in my Amazon link. I got a set, I think there was 14, and I got it for under $10. And this is the type it's like rubber, squishy rubber. And it has the size and everything is like pressed in. It's printed on this side, but and you can kind of see it sort of. Okay, maybe not, because it's blurry to begin with, but it's wearing off. It was stamped on here, but over on this side, it's actually pressed into the rubber to be able to see it. And this one is an offline hook, or out of line. It's not an online, you know, or inline. That's the word. Online would be the computer. Inline. Yeah, it's slightly off from an inline, so it's a little bit offset. I prefer inline hooks, but this one hasn't given me too much trouble. I had one that was really twisted sideways, and I did not like that at all. So, but this one is working out okay. But yeah, there's a link to that set down below in the Amazon if you're interested. So that is what I have been working on this week. What have you all been working on? Now, if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying the show and tell, because we all enjoy show and tell, seeing what each other have made. So if you would like to contribute, you can either send a picture and the information, like what the name of the pattern is, to my email address, which is KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com, or you can put it over on my Facebook page, which is Katrina Knits. So either one of those two I can get it off of and put it in the show and tell. So make sure you tell me your name, and it doesn't have to be your full name if you just prefer to have your first name or whatever, and what the name of the pattern is if there is one. Or if you've designed it yourself, let me know that too, because all of us like to see creativity. So yeah. So let's do a little update on Christmas in July. As you saw, I opened day 7 today, and we will be going all the way up to day 12, which will be on the 14th of July. July 15th, I will be drawing a winner of my portion of the Christmas in July fairies, and you will get a prize, whoever I draw. And then that person will be entered into the grand prize giveaway, which Dana's Wanderlust Crochet will draw on the 25th of December. So if you haven't entered the Christmas in July fairies yet, click this link here. You have to enter on that particular video. So enter there, and I don't usually write anything or reply anything in a contest just because it's easier for me. But I will put a little heart next to it so that you know that I have seen your entry. So like I said, we have that running through Friday when I will pick a winner, but we've also hit another 100 subscribers. So we are now a little over 3,900 subscribers. So on Friday, after I do the giveaway, I will be announcing the next giveaway. So yeah, if you don't win Christmas in July fairies, stick around because there's another giveaway coming up right immediately following that. So we have that going on. So what are going to be our videos this week with Christmas in July? Because I've been not only opening the yarn each day, but I've been putting in little tidbits of information. So we have some really good ones coming up. We have the history of Boy, Susan Bates, and Clover hooks and needles. One of the question that you have to answer to get entered into the Christmas in July fairies giveaway is, what are your favorite hooks or needles? And a huge majority of you have named those 3 brands. So I did a little history of finding out about those companies, and it was actually very interesting. So make sure you see that one. That will be coming up. We have another one where Kim and I are getting together. Kim's a friend of mine that lives in the area, and we get together and we are going to show you, well, first off, what she is currently making, and we are also going to show patterns that we particularly like, the majority of which are free. There's a couple that are paid for, but most of them are free patterns. What we would like to make in the future. So there's a mix of crochet and knitting patterns that we're going to show you, and we're going to put the links to where you can find them. And then we have another day where we are going to do the history of knitting. We've already done the history of crochet. And then June knit crate. We're going to unbox a June knit crate. And we're also going to have a cheese cookbook, which is totally not fiber related, but it's cheese. We all like cheese. It's all kinds of melted cheese recipes and things you can do with it. I saw it at Ollie's and couldn't turn it down. So I probably will never make any of them because they're probably loaded with calories, but I can drool, and you know. So anyway, I'll be sharing that with you as well. So again, make sure you tune in each day for those, especially on Friday. So what am I currently reading? I'm still reading the same book I was before, which is Death of a Nitwit. I'm more than halfway through. I just haven't had time to read a whole lot. We had Bible school week before last, and last week we had some things going on with church. So I was working and then coming home and just not getting a whole lot done besides those things. So, but I got some reading time in today before I filmed. So yes, it is Death of a Nitwit by Peggy Earhart. And she is just one of the authors that writes knit and crochet related mysteries. So if you're new to the channel, I like to read cozy mysteries that involve fiber with knitting or crochet. So when I'm reading one, I usually let you guys all know, and if you want to check them out, you can look in the Amazon link. It will put all of the stuff I'm reading currently in there, and where you can get them. And you can buy them used, cheaper than the new. Or you can check your own library out, which is where I get them from. Now, I did have a Lion Brand haul earlier this week, so let me do a real quick recap of what I got. So you can go over and check out the video if you want. It's in the Yarn Advent Calendar. I'm pulling it off of the floor because the box was hanging out there. So we have, whoops, there we go. First off, some homespun. And this color is called Cinco de Mayo. I have no clue what I'm going to make with it, but it will probably turn into a cowl or something like that because there's only 185 yards and I only bought one skein. So that was number one. Then we have a Pound of Love, but I really like the color in this. And there is 1,020 yards or 932 meters. You can't even see me over the top of the yarn. Anyway, and I'm holding it upside down. So anyway, there is Pound of Love, and this color is called Umber. And it's really pretty. There you can see it. It's brown, but it has like golden undertones. So it's really pretty. And then I bought some Shawl in a Ball, and I have 2 skeins of each of these. So this one, and they've got sparkles. I didn't know Shawl in a Ball came with sparkles, but this one does. Let's see if I get the sparkles to show up. Yeah, there you can see the sparkles. And these sparkles are kind of a silver iridescent kind. I think they're more silver, but they are looking like a iridescent in some lights. This one is called Moonstone, and that's the colors in it. There's lots of blues and stuff, but then there's this kind of rosy coral color and some browns. So I have 2 of these. And I have 2 of these, and this one is, oh, that's the Moonstone. There's some that look very, very similar flipped inside out. It's hard to believe when you look at these 2, these are the same skein, because you see this color on here, but you don't on here because it's actually inside in here. So anyway, these 2 are Moonstone. This one is Lotus Blossom, and on this one the sparkles are a different color. They're kind of a coppery color. Oh, it's picking up reflection really bad. See if I get it to sparkle. There you can see some of the sparkles. It's like wrapped with copper. So this is called Lotus Blossom, and you can see some of the color on the inside where it has purple, but this one is the reverse, so you can really see it. This is also Lotus. That's also Lotus Blossom. And it has like purple in it. And the lid to the box keeps wanting to photobomb my picture. So anyway, that was what I got in Lion Brand, but like I said, we've got more unboxings coming up this week. So now it's time for... Now in our Come and Get It section, Knit Crate, which I am an affiliate for. I'm actually an affiliate for all of the links that you see down below. But anyway, Knit Crate sends me a box once a month for me to unbox and review on the channel. And lately I actually unsubscribed to my box that I paid for because they increased their prices again. But they're really offering a super good deal right now. If you want to check them out, you can check out your first box for free. All you have to pay is the shipping. So let me tell you what is going on. Okay, they are running a special deal. You do need to use the coupon code KCreations20 in order to get the discount. They will give you a $40 discount off of your first box, which will pay for your first box. So you would get your first box for free, you just pay the shipping. And I think currently the shipping is $7.99 or $7.95, something like that. What you get is 4 patterns. Two of them are knit patterns, 2 of them are crochet patterns. 2 of them will be the pattern that would go with the yarn that they send you, and then the other 2, there's a knit and a crochet pair of socks. So altogether you can get 4 patterns and 2 skeins of luxury yarn. Okay, so it's not acrylic, it's like natural fiber. In the summertime they sometimes do cottons and linens, and I mean, it's never your basic cotton. It's usually like the Pima cotton and things like that. So yeah, see, anyway, you can get your first box for free, but you do need to use the coupon code KCreations20. And then if you stick with them for 3 months, on your 4th month, they give you another $40 coupon. So you would altogether, if you're paying like 40 something per month, you would spend $80 total plus your shipping, and you would get 8 skeins of luxury yarn. So that's not a bad deal. And you would end up with a total of 16 patterns over a 4-month period. So yeah, it's a really good deal at this point. So if you're interested in trying it, the link is down below. Knit Picks is running a July sale all July long. So the sale, they're adding to it daily. So I'm not going to tell you what's in it now because it might be something different by the time you're watching this. So yeah, it's running all during July. Okay. Lion Brand until I believe it is the 11th or the 14th. I forget the date. I'll put it down here when the sale ends. But they are running 30% off of yarn and kits. You do not need a coupon code. I do appreciate it if you go through my link, because then I do get a small commission, which helps support our channel. But anyway, you don't need a coupon code to get the discount. It is 30% off yarn and kits. And then the Dollar Tree, now this starts not today, it starts tomorrow on July 10th. And it's going to run until July 16th. So for 1 week, from Sunday to Saturday, they are offering $5.99 flat shipping within the US. You do need to use a coupon code SAVE NOW in order to get that discount for the shipping. Now you may be going, why would I want to go to the Dollar Tree? The Dollar Tree online sells yarn. Not all Dollar Tree stores sell yarn. But if you go to dollartree.com, and again, the link is down below, and I will put the coupon code down there for you as well, so you don't have to try to remember it. The Dollar Tree does have yarn. And, you know, most of it is premier yarn, like just worsted, just cotton, that type of thing. And each skein is $1.25. It used to be $1. They went to $1.25. So now all of their skeins of yarn are $1.25. You do need to make sure you read the small print, because it does require you to buy a certain amount. It's usually 6 skeins, which for the most part you're going to buy to make something substantial anyway. So it normally has to be 6 that you buy, but just make sure you read it to make sure it's not some like 100 and some. You don't need to crochet or knit wall-to-wall carpeting. So yeah, you want to make sure you don't get too much or have to buy too much, but that sale's running for 1 week. It does start tomorrow, not today, tomorrow. So yeah, anyway, that are the sales. That is the sales that I am aware of that are going on. And then I will post any other ones that I run across during the week. They always are posted with yellow with black writing. So if you see that, you know that it's some kind of sale I've run across, and I'm going to share it with you. So that is it for today. Thanks again for watching, and make sure to tune in each day to see what other yarn I get in my yarn advent calendar. And yeah, all the other fun stuff that's going to go on this week. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you again later. Bye, everybody.